YouTube, Sogil here, and electricity is the most significant driver of our daily lives that was created within the last century and a half or so. And of course, it's the only reason why you're able to watch this video and learn about how it's made. Because how is electricity made? Because we all learn about how it's transported through a huge grid network that is technically the largest man-made structure ever, at least in the United States, because it's all one continuous system there. But how is it made? Well, it all has to do with a fundamental law about magnets and coils and a remarkable discovery a century and a half ago. And this discovery showed us how to make electricity. So, let's say you have a coil, just some wire that is able to conduct electricity, such as copper, turned up into a coil shape. And then you have a magnet, and this is a full-on magnet, i.e. one that's always a magnet, not an electromagnet. So it's a permanent magnet. And when you move these objects, it was discovered, back and forth, this creates a different electric field, almost like a positive and then a negative. And while it does this, it will actually generate a potential difference inside the coil. The potential difference, you can kind of think it of the actual thing that pushes the current around in a coil, and if the circuit is closed in the coil, i.e. if it's continuous, there aren't any stops in it, there aren't any switches left open, then electricity will actually flow when you do this. You need to always be doing it, however. If you stop, the current stops instantly. And power stations utilize this because, for example, with a nuclear power station, radioactive decay heats up water into steam, and this steam ends up driving turbines. And these turbines move the magnet, the permanent magnet, back and forth relative to the coil continuously at a continuous rate. And this is what ends up producing the currency in the coil that then travels to our homes. And it works the same way with all of the other methods of generating electricity, all the other types of power stations and wind turbines. And without that, we wouldn't have any way to generate electricity. And so this discovery 150 years ago, made by several scientists, completely changed the world.